Hey, Rob. How would you rate that Las Vegas trip? Good? No, I'm going to get. Oh, you're going to the airport? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, you got a good trip out of it. I'd be kicking it. I'm saying. You'd be kicking it, rolling. You know what I'm saying? You'd be kicking it, rolling. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna go get a Kiro. Little care my driving fix for today. Should be kicking it, know what I'm saying? Got my GoPro camera fucked up. Pissed off about it, but what are you gonna do? The damn animal tried to eat it. Stupid thing. I'm gonna kill everything I see today. Yeah, this is the best gyros I ever had. All homemade. Yeah, thanks. What are you gonna do? I couldn't believe it. You know, I knew when I use these cheap little tripods just to like get it off the grass a little, because I was trying to do that traffic trail painting last night. When I went out, it was like upside down, I thought, and like real dirty. And I thought, God damn, I'm not going to use these anymore. And then I brought it in and cleaned it off, and it's like, fuck. Scratch that front screen, which isn't the lens. But I'd still rather not have two big giant scratches. And the little motherfucker tried to get inside the camera too. Tried to pry it open, but he couldn't. It'd have been wrecked for sure if that had happened. And tonight I'm going to kill anything that moves. Brand new fucking camera. One day I had it. It's fucked up. Get it, stupid ass thing. I think it was that possum, to tell you the truth. It's the only thing that's fucking stupid enough. There was a gray fox out there the night before. He could have done it. I didn't eat my pizza later, so I didn't have pizza smell in my hands. It was already out there. Stupid goddamn animal. Trying to eat a piece of metal. I mean, you know, there's all sorts of shit laying out. Yeah, it probably is. You know, I don't see, like, you know, bite marks on a fucking mini rake or some shit. I didn't think it'd be an issue. Goddamn dumbass thing trying to eat a camera. God damn it. Well, I know now enough not to leave any of my good Nikons out there. I'll do that later in the summer. Fuck that. Put a fucking trap in the bottom of it. Couldn't fucking believe it. One day I had that thing. Scratched to fuck. Hi, Daisy. Daisy thinks I'm good. I'm not mad at you, Daisy. You're a good girl. Put me in a pissed off fucking mood. Luckily, it doesn't affect the camera. Yeah, aren't those baby vultures cute? Now, what my plans on the vultures, the video is rendering now. What that means is I take all the video and I render it, which means it processes it to make it so I can upload it to YouTube. And I put music to it, that kind of shit. And it's about I couldn't do both of them. There was so much video on both cards. I couldn't do both, so I did one. It's still an hour and 16 minutes. But it takes it right up to when the baby's hatched. One camera though, not both. Usually I have both. So what my plans are is I've seen those baby vultures. I don't know if you remember last year in the other barn. You know, those damn things in about 6 weeks are as big as a damn chicken. And when I went in there, they like tried to get away from me, which makes sense. And they were very aware somebody was in there, and it scared them. So knowing that, these baby vultures are born with their eyes open. But to be honest with you, it didn't look like that to me. I didn't want to I really didn't even want to take that video, but that's the selfishness of me doing it. I thought, well, it won't hurt. And mom and dad were both sitting on a baby apiece when I went in there. So I've been thinking about this all the time, and I thought, well, this is what I'll do. I'll go and buy those 4 times powerful batteries, which are like $10 a pop. And we've had relatively warm weather, so there was only 50% battery gone on 1 week of recording. So I thought what I'll do is I'll buy the expensive batteries, I'll clear the SD cards like I always do, I'll put them in the cameras. Once I know the babies are born, which I know now, I'll set the cameras in there and just get what I can get. And just go in there, hopefully they'll last a month, and that'll give us all a good idea of what's going on and how they feed them and that kind of thing. and then I'll go in there one day, grab the cameras. Maybe I'll wait until the birds are gone, and then I'll upload the videos. But I got good video on up until that baby's hatched, so it worked out good. You know, those trail cams are not designed to be that close, so you never really know if the infrared's going to fire right, because you're too close. That's supposed to be about 12 feet away, but if it was 12 feet away, you know, it's designed for deer mainly, to see big stuff. Well, I want to see, you know, medium stuff like birds. So I'm using it in an improper application and just get what I can get. So I've got the one rendering now that I'll upload when I get home, and then I'll do the other one. I'll upload that, and then it's probably going to be a month before I upload another one, but you already get the point. That's why I took that little brief video of the babies, that no matter what, you got to see them. I think they were probably hatched in the last day or two. Maybe today, I don't really know. Close, you know what I mean? It's 32 to 45 days in an egg, and I don't know when they were laid. And I started watching them the 20th February. I think I'd already, that's when I first put in a camera. So I caught them pretty early. So that's the plan. I'm just gonna, I put them back in there. The mom and dad were each sitting on a baby. And I don't want to, I'm not worried about the babies imprinting on me. And you know, I have no idea what the parents think. If I had to guess, I would think that they know that I'm not a threat, because they see me all the time. I leave food out for them. I would like to leave food in there, but I don't want to attract any animals into that house. So basically I have to leave food out where something else can get it. I don't know if they get it or not. I'm assuming they do. And the plan is to just, I don't want to be stressing them out. You know, it's bad enough going in there today twice. Once to get the cameras, once to put them back. But I'm not worried about the babies at this stage of the game, because they were just born. They don't know what's going on. The mother, I know they lay eggs in places where people come all the time. Go back to them. Of course, I didn't touch the babies. That doesn't matter anyway. That's a myth. You can touch the babies. That human scent on them does nothing. That's an old wives' tale. And then I got the video for a week up until the eggs hatching, and then we'll see what we get over the next month. And that'll be it. But the birds get pretty big pretty quick, and I just don't want them freaking out seeing me going in there after they, you know, looking around. So that's why I'm doing it that way. Yeah, that's bullshit. It's not true. Mother won't abandon. That's a myth. I'll tell you another myth out there too is birds mating for life. They've pretty much blown a hole in every story of these birds. You know, it's stuff that appeals to human beings. These birds mate for life. That's pretty much all of that's been debunked as well. You know, humans are such suckers for those stories. Oh, Buzzy, Dizzy, Flaps, and Ziggy. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Buzzy and Dizzy's a good name. Yeah, those are cool names. Buzzy and Dizzy. So that's it's really, I've been honestly, I feel privileged being able to get this kind of video. If any dumbass can do it, all I do is know that there's eggs in there, push the on button. It's not some great BBC documentary, but it's really been fun. I really enjoy doing it. I watch those videos from beginning to end. Those are the only videos I do. Buzzy and Dizzy, yeah, that's their names. We'll name them that, Buzzy and Dizzy. They are so damn cute, man. They look like, they reminded me of like little miniature stuffed dolls for kids, you know, Buzzy and Dizzy. I was gonna put a contest for somebody that could guess the day they'd be born, but you know, I only go in there once a week to get the camera. And I just didn't want to be checking, knowing the babies were going to be done any day, all the time in there looking, that kind of thing. Buzzy and dizzy. I don't, I mean, that, for all I know, that mother's thinking, if he goes in there one more time, I'm going to abandon these chicks and just leave my eggs someplace else next time. I don't know what she's thinking. My opinion, it doesn't seem to bother him. But that's just my human opinion, which of course is probably wrong. I mean, birds lay eggs where people are all the time. It's not like they're going in there and one's missing. It's interesting to me that the dad was in there today, and they were each sitting on a chick. It is so cool. I'll tell you another thing I was wondering. I was wondering about, these birds put themselves at risk whenever they're inside. Now, what I've done in that old building is I've opened the doors and all the windows. They were basically opened anyway, but there's old wooden doors that close the structure. So I give them as many ins and outs as I can. And but they're still vulnerable. I mean, my impression is I was a little bit surprised because Marty went in last year when they had babies, and the mother hissed at him and didn't take off. And both the mom and dad took off when I went in there, and I was kind of surprised. And I thought, oh, well, I guess they're not as protective with the eggs as they are with the live chicks. But they both took off, and they fly up into that big pecan tree right near the house. So it's just been fun watching them, But I'll bet you money, though, that one of the two parents is in there all night long. And if you're some kind of animal, they're going to hiss at you and flap their wings if you get anywhere near those eggs. So they're basically protected when they need to be. And I don't know this either, but I would be surprised that one of the parents isn't around even in the daytime. That somebody is always watching those chicks. And I think they'll throw down with another animal as good as they can. What they'll do is spit. They'll bite another animal. They seem to want to take off when they see people. So we'll just see what we get. Yeah, I mean, you really don't know what they think. I mean, you see so many of these. It's like fishing lures. They appeal to human beings. All these. You look at them and you think, oh, fish are going to like to bite that thing. Well, really, it's not that way. I mean, there are things that fish are attracted to, but human beings are they've lost all like a natural instinct to survive. Yeah, you quit breathing when you dunk a baby underwater and that kind of thing. I'm talking about stuff that these birds do. You don't see any birds doing child abuse, going out and leaving their babies in a car or a hot thing and forgetting about them like humans do. It's weird, really. No, Buzzy and Dizzy. Yeah, I think they're really cool though, but I don't know what the hell the birds think. I raised birds. I had a shit ton of them, 3,000 pair. And I did that for about 4 years. It's the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. I waited another 6 months. I'd lost my entire life savings. The market died. And luckily I found somebody to buy them all at once. Somebody's just as dumb as me. And the lady that bought them for this rich lady that basically inherited the money from a railroad out west, the lady that wrote the check died about a month later. And the lady that brokered the deal, who I knew was a breeder, she took them, and God knows what happened to them after that. I think they had an agreement that if the lady ever died, she'd get all the birds. And she probably, made a killing. I mean, I think it set her up pretty good financially for a while. Yeah. So, Yeah, it's fun to see them. You know, they continue to feed. If you look up black vultures and read about them, it's really interesting. I read a whole book on vultures. They're really fascinating animals. They've been villainized and, you know, linked to Halloween and death and all this crazy shit. You know, they kind of what they did to sharks and rattlesnakes. It's hard to, once again, human behavior. It's nuts. Human behavior, man, that's the problem. These animals are way better. I was thinking that today, you know. So, you know, I think that everything with humans, it's controlled by emotion, not IQ. Which is, if you watch these crime shows, you know, you got the whole gamut. You got the unemployed taxi driver all the way up to the neurosurgeon, you know, killing his wife and kids and trying to get away with it. It's all this weird emotion. They fall in love with some other dingbat. And I was thinking that today when I saw my camera and it was fucked up. I got pissed the hell off. And I think, God damn it, I just got this fucking thing. Some goddamn animal fucked it up. And I'm really pissed off. And I'm thinking, you have to really learn how to control your emotions. I've never been that great at it, to be honest with you. Bad temper, jealous, like the fucking worst. And I tried to, like, just see this through for about a half hour. Just thinking to myself, you fucking moron. There's people out there that are getting pancreatic cancer diagnoses or crashing their car with no insurance. And you got a fucking scratch on a GoPro. And I did finally wasn't as pissed. But I was disappointed in myself for getting that pissed to begin with. Because one, it's a $400 camera. Two, there's nothing I can do about it. Three, I didn't think that was going to happen or I wouldn't have left it out there. So why would I get mad about something that I couldn't do anything about? Was I mad at myself for leaving it out there? No, I've done it 1,000 times with other cameras. It's never happened. Am I mad at the animal? Yeah, I'd like to bash his fucking head in, but I'm not gonna. He's just trying to get something to eat. He didn't look at those cars over there. God, I gotta go a different way home. I'm thinking, why, why? He's just out there being a damn animal. I'm thinking, why is this stupid goddamn animal trying to eat a piece of metal? You dumbass. And then I'm starting to get mad again. It's just, you do this with everything. I'm trying to, and then I'm talking to the lady at the gas station. I buy her a lot of scratch-off lottery tickets. She's like, not making the most money in the world. So I give her a lot of cool shit. She's really nice, like paycheck to paycheck. And I said, man, my new camera got fucked up last night. And she said, oh, I feel you. That's too bad, Tom. She said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to kill everything. And she knows I'm not really like that. She said, you're not going to hurt anything. Yeah, pissed me off, though. It wasn't pizza either. I didn't eat the pizza till later. That shows you how you think fucked up, stupid shit. Like, look at this Murdaugh, this scumbag cocksucker lawyer in South Dakota. Shot his wife and son back at the dog kennel, and the son's the one that got him put away with a video that the dad didn't know he'd taken. The kid tried to Snapchat that in that kennel, and it wouldn't work because he had a shitty signal. And then he sent it to the kid, to his buddy. He texted it to him. And the dad, for whatever reason, I don't think the dad knew that a video had been taken, but after he shot the mother, his wife, and the son, that prick went over there and deleted the video off his son's cell phone. That's what really put the cherry on top. Everybody's saying it was circumstantial evidence. Yeah, bullshit. That video put him away for good. Other than that, I thought he stood a chance of getting out of it. They didn't have anything on this guy until they caught him lying about being back at the dog kennel, when you could hear him talking to the wife and son right before he murdered him. What a prick. I hope they torture that motherfucker. I really do. He killed that damn maid too, and that gay guy too. Really, I hope they torture him when he's in there. It would really make my day. Now, if you go to church and stuff and you talk to your pastor and your priest, he's going to tell you need to give this guy a big hug and forgive him. Fuck that. Never happening. I'll be in a fucking coma. Never will be. I will never do that. I mean, I guess there's an emotional argument to freeing yourself by forgiving people, but fuck that. No way. Not doing it. I'd kill that motherfucker myself if I was a living brother. I'd torture him first, though. What a scumbag. It's like it's raining up here. We weren't supposed to get rain today. I don't care that we did. I like these cloudy days, to tell you the truth. I got all those skin procedures done, and I'm actually taking care of my skin better. I got these fucked up, weird looking hats, long sleeves, and gloves. I mean, I hate to have it all fucked up again after having that all done. I'll tell you another thing too, after those procedures, my skin's like more sensitive. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care. That's the way I look at it. I mean, considering being light complected, I mean, I could have taken better. I got broiled as a kid. I had the most negligent, stupid parents in the world. So I'm surprised it doesn't look worse than it does. And eventually, right around the corner, it's going to look like shit anyway. I mean, I'm 67. I mean, if I'd have taken perfect care of my skin, would like hot young chicks be coming up to me when I'm 70 and say, wow, you have really great skin for a 70-year-old? No, they wouldn't. So when you look at the whole scheme of things, my skin's going to be fucked up soon enough anyway, whether I got sunburns or whether I didn't. So basically, I'm just happy that I made it this far. You know, although I am going to take better care of it. Yeah, you can get, I don't know, how old are you, my enemy? How old are you? Get that acetinic keratosis. I mean, I'm not a vain person. I mean, I've never been that good looking anyway. So it's not like been an issue to me. But I have people comment on me, it's like I look younger. What did I do to my face? And I'll tell you what I did. I didn't do it, a dermatologist did. I know a plastic surgeon that killed herself over getting charged with fraud for saying that these people needed acetinic keratosis for basal and squamous cell damage when they didn't. So basically it gave you a free facelift, which is what I got. Chemical peel. Acetinic keratosis. I got it done on my arms, my face, my neck. Acetinic keratosis, but you can get it done if you pay a dermatologist cash. It'll make your fucking face look younger. It will. They say 10 years younger. I don't know about that. It's like, oh wow, let's have a fucking party. I look 57 instead of 67. Wow. You know, this culture isn't very kind at getting older, but it definitely works. So anyway, because it eventually will cost Medicare more money, I got mine paid through Medicare. No deductible. I got the secondary insurance. So it all got covered. It's 2 procedures with each thing, 6 weeks apart. They paint this shit on your face. Acetone, actually. Put you under this lamp for like 16 minutes. But it does. It makes your skin look a lot younger. It does. Well, the only little no, it didn't hurt at all. The only fuck up, and I kind of, I wouldn't say I like going there. I think it's a good place, but I live an hour away, and when I got it on my face the first time, uh, they gave me a hat. Well, what the fuck good's a hat on your face? And they're not shitting you. You're supposed to stay out of the sunlight for 2 days, and that's no bullshit. I'm talking about reflective light, anything. You go out in the sun, it'll get. So I just put the hat on, which I knew wasn't going to cover my. Kept the windows up, and drove home and got the shit burned out of my face. And they didn't have a mask. Really, my face got a hell of a burn. And I asked them for one. They didn't have one. Here it is at the damn dermatologist's office. So I thought, well, I'm not doing that next time again. So I ordered one of those hunting masks on eBay. They call it. There's a name for it, Sertovo or some shit like that. It's like, looks like a bank robber wear. And I thought, I'm gonna put that thing on. I'm not getting that sunburn again. So I went back there and I said, hey, I just thought I'd let you guys know. You guys know I live in Crawfordville, and I got this shit burned out of my face going home, and I'm at a dermatologist's office. Why are you giving me a hat for something you did to my face? And the manager says, well, we have masks for that. I said, well, I asked for one. They said they didn't have any. She said, well, they're right here. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. You're supposed to tell me about this shit. I'm in a professional office. My face got burned because of this nonsense. So they apologized, said it wouldn't happen again. I took them a stack of these masks to give to the next poor motherfucker. Yeah, but that's the only time, and I wouldn't say it really hurt, but I got, here I am getting my skin treated, and I'm getting the burn of my life after going to a dermatologist. It pissed me off. They didn't even have enough sense to know where the masks were and give me one. So that was the only time it hurt. But now, they say when you're getting this light treatment, that people get hot and they give you this little fan, like a little George Jetson fan. And I never used it. I noticed when they first turned it on, it like burned a little, but not a lot. I never used the fan, and honestly, no. So, no, I would say it didn't hurt, but I can't stress enough to you, if you get it, to make sure that you stay the hell out of the sun, those areas, no matter what. If you've got to wear a hat, a mask, gloves, long sleeve shirts, whatever. But, if you're concerned about this, if you're in the United States and you have Medicare, hopefully you have the supplement, you can go to a dermatologist. They pay for it. And they'll pay for most of it, even if you don't have the supplement. And if Marty wants to get it done, actually. And if I think you can get it done for about $800 cash per treatment. I'm guessing. I can find out for you if you want, but your face will definitely look younger. Yeah, get it done, yeah. But I got mine, I've had squamous cell, basal cell. I've had that Mohs procedure probably 5 times. So, if I didn't get this, what it would mean was that Medicare would be getting stung for a bunch more liquid nitrogen treatments, putting some of this other bullshit on there that doesn't work as good. And it saves them money by me getting this actinic keratosis, which, as I said, is basically a chemical face feel. Yeah, no, it's not as bad as you think. I mean, I already talked to this dermatologist, and they don't seem to be the gougers that most places do. Because I told him, I got a buddy that wants to get it done, Marty, and I said, what would it cost him cash to get his face done? She said, that'd be around $800. We don't really rape people for it. That's a good deal, I think. I don't know this definitively, but I think I knew the prosecutor that charged the plastic surgeon, and I think she was getting $1,200, by calling it something that it wasn't. But that could have been to an insurance company, so I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, for anybody out there that wants younger looking skin, definitely works for sure. And it supposedly restores the cellular structure of that skin for I don't know how long. It reverses damage, believe it or not. So if that's something that interests you, don't think it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, and it doesn't work, because it does. Actinic keratosis. Blue light treatment. You have a car, don't you? Don't you have a car? They're really nice people too. I wouldn't say I'm friends with them, but I get along with the guy and his wife pretty well. No, they will charge you up the ass. They just they opened another office in Latavia or Livonia or something like that. It's further west, like northeast from Atlanta. That may even be closer to you. It's University Dermatology is the name of it. Elizabeth's the doctor's wife, kind of the office manager. Just tell her, you talked to me and I was, sending some patients there. Now I don't know this for sure, but I do get the vibe that they're not gougers. I do. Yeah, it'll be a nice get your face younger. It's 2 procedures. What was the longest? The arms are the longest, I think. For some reason, the arms. They call this chemical these sticks, and they use this. They clean your face with acetone, put this chemical on your face, and then you go in front of this light. As I said, they put your whatever body part you're using, but yeah, I would recommend it if you want your face to look younger. Hey, salty girl. And if you get out of the treatment and your face still looks a little dry, I will offer up a giant cum facial to anybody, free of charge. That's one of the benefits of the Chosen One channel. Won't charge you a dime. The only key is you gotta allow me to record it. Yeah, any of the doctors are good there. Dr. Arnold, they're all really good. It's all the same thing. It doesn't matter which one you go to. Yeah. There'll be no charge for my procedure, by the way. I like that. Yeah, that's a good way of selling it. Lemon infused. I never thought of that. Hey, Pornhub got sold. And whoever they sold it to, I want to give them a big hug when I see them. Because the search engines have gotten so much better. And they're keeping the new buyers a secret because they said they don't want to be associated and harassed for buying a porn channel. Pornhub got their method of payment to the people that uploaded videos suspended. Something to do with like unauthorized videos, which you just can't upload. You know, that's a crime for starters. It's revenge porn, it's called. It's a felony in Michigan. You can't be uploading like videotapes and shit with people without their consent. And before you could do it, you know, before you know it, the fucking server was in Slovakia. So what the fuck are you going to do about it? Well, it's not like that anymore. There must be some like world tribunal fucking court of something, because everybody got serious about it. And much of my favorite list has been deleted because evidently a lot of these videos weren't supposed to be uploaded. There's still a lot of good ones though. So look at this guy and a dog. What a dumbass. So don't be disappointed. Don't fret. This is a weird area around here. A lot of good restaurants, but a lot of crime. Crazy shit happens. Busy here today. I plan on doing some interviews. I just never get around. I haven't really felt like it. But I should. I carry my good camera around with me. Oh, really? Yeah, the porn, I'll tell you, the porn, you know, I certainly watch a lot of it. And what seems to have happened to me is these couples get on there. There's just so many people making it now, thank God. Somebody said on one of the chats a couple weeks ago that that's what the young people are doing now. Yeah, well, you got my vote. Thank you. Porn's come so far. I can remember in the 70s, it was always these like women that weren't that great looking, but it was better than nothing. Now it's like shit. The girls on Pornhub are better than looking than Miss America. Better in bed too. What's this goddamn place? I didn't think this place was open. But I guess it is. This music thing. But anyway, what happens, these couples get on there and they make a shit ton of porn. But anyway, once the money got, a lot of people took their videos off. I don't blame them. Why in the hell would you want to have your damn videos up there and you're not getting paid for it? I don't know what they get paid. There's a lady real hot right now. What is her name right now? A couple from Canada. And their money really goes up when they bring in another guy, it seems. What is her name? What's that? What was that wife's name of Kurt Cobain? Cox. Was her name Courtney Cox? Was her name Courtney Cox? Courtney Love, yeah. Courtney Love. Okay, that's the big porn girl now, and she's like probably, I did the math, 42, but they're killing it. They're probably making $500,000 a year on Pornhub. Courtney Cox is her name. COX. Courtney Love. Hey Sue, how you doing? Well, I'm gonna go in here and tear up one of these gyros, you guys. Go check out Courtney Cox on Pornhub. Jesus won't watch you. That's her name, Courtney Cox. Comes right up. She's got like 40 million views or something like that. Here's the $50,000 question for you to ask yourself today, and be honest to yourself. I mean, you can bullshit everybody on this chat, but try and come to an honest answer just for yourself, for your own wherewithal. If somebody offered you to do a porno movie on Pornhub, upload the video, no masks or any of that shit, face blurred out, what would the dollar amount be before you would agree to do it? Don't say there isn't one, because there is. Think about this. Between when I eat this gyro and when I come back on, don't say, well, I wouldn't do that for any money. That's just good. Yes, you would. Hell, you wouldn't. Everybody would. Yeah. Now, what do you think a dollar amount would be? And right out of the bat, it's not gonna. You're gonna, if when you agree to this, you're gonna have to understand that everybody that knows you is gonna find out about it. It's just the way that it goes. First of all, you may not like it. You may claim it's immoral, but you know what? It's legal, and you're going to get paid for it. And after all, it's your body, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do. And the way things have evolved and the decay, I guess you could argue the decay of morality. If you went up there and you didn't have to work any longer, what dollar amount would satisfy you? Think about this now. Yeah, the lady next door. Yeah, that's exactly right. She doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, she reminds me that, and you know that there. I'll tell you, it's funny you should bring that up because, you know, I told you one time I went out and took a guy, a pilot, and my nephew to the chicken ranch out there in Pahrump, Nevada, that horror house. And I mean, I had no problem going, but to be honest with you, it's not that I'm even picky. I've had some of the ugliest women in the world blow me. I'm embarrassed to admit it. But we went out there, and what happens is you go in, and a security guard comes out, and they say, "Ladies," and like 35 women walk out, and you're sitting on a chair, and you get to pick who you want. And they turn around and bend over and all this shit. And honestly, I just didn't see anybody I liked, not my type. And what jogged my memory on that is you say she's not overly attractive, right? Not ugly and not really pretty. No, I would agree with that. And my buddy the pilot ended up getting it around the world, and so did my nephew, which I think it was $500. And that they'd do anything you wanted while you were back there. And I just didn't see anybody I liked, to be honest with you. I was a little disappointed, but not that bad. And the whole time they were back there banging these chicks, I was talking to the security guard, who was really a pretty good guy. He was actually working on a graduate degree at the University of Nevada, and there were like 3 of the girls. Now, it's subjective. It's just my opinion. And I looked at him, and I thought, I just can't believe that, you know, people are paying to have sex with these women, because you kind of assume that when you're going in and somebody's paying for it, it's something that you couldn't get otherwise. Well, you know what? That turns out to be quite false. 4, which I would have deemed ugly. He told me that they stayed just as busy as the good-looking ones. And I found that very interesting, and I thought, God damn, I mean, shit, I sure had sex with some ones that were good-looking, most of them probably. And I got thinking about that, and we talked about it, and I read about that since then, but basically, in a summary, it's what he said. He said that men, you know, of course, that was a female horror house, right? Men feel more comfortable having sex with women that aren't beautiful. I thought, God, that kind of makes a little bit of sense, you know. And that kind of attributed to why the 4 that I thought were really not attractive at all were just as busy as the good-looking ones. And that's kind of interesting. So when you make this comment about Courtney Cox, I thought the same thing. It's like she's kind of like the girl next door. Yeah, and you know, that could be what's selling it. Yeah, she looks like somebody that'd be working as a receptionist in the office. Yeah, that's a good argument, actually. Make it more believable, yeah. And I don't think I think she's okay. I mean, just because you agree to have sex doesn't mean you're any good at it. You know, once again, that's subjective too, right? I mean, I think she's okay, but I don't think it's anything special. But I said earlier that the people that seems to drive the big income are when I think this myself too. This is another like fucked up thing of male sexuality, I guess. And you'll see these cute girls and then you just see these monster performers, just absolute beasts in bed, just A plus, all pros. I mean, they wouldn't even need to be good looking. And you see them on there, and then they're with their boyfriend and whoever, and then they bring in another guy or another girl, and that's when the views and the stuff. So I guess I'm not the only guy thinking that, and they're killing it financially. But I've noticed, I've said before, like I know girls that have asked me before that I've known, they thought about doing porn or topless dance, and I always recommend against it, and I do because I can just give you unlimited examples of people that just like recommending someone go on dope or become an alcoholic or drink too much. It just, the long-term benefits just don't seem to be there. I just don't know any people that did that seem to have happy, long, sustained periods of life. They were miserable and had substance abuse and lonely and angry, and I could name you a bunch of them. Linda Lovelace, Andrea True, Shauna Grant. I could go on and on. Johnny Holmes, everybody in porn. It isn't like somebody's like living the true golden years by what they decided to do. And just by virtue of what I've experienced, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you want to do with your life, go ahead. I'm just saying, if I had my best interests out for you in good conscience from the knowledge that I have, I can't recommend you do some shit like that. Everybody knows, there's no free lunch. And you are going to be making a disproportionate amount of money than you wouldn't have been otherwise. But what is it going to cost you? How is it going to affect other relationships? I mean, when I was younger, there's no way in hell I would have ever had a relationship with someone that I found out was a prostitute or a topless dancer or was in porn or some shit like that. But as I've matured and learned and become an old man with nothing left, I think that, I wouldn't give a fuck now. If I met somebody that I got along with and they were good, and they'd blow me every time I'd ask them with the drop of a hat, not begging, it wouldn't bother me a bit if they were in porn. A perfect example is little Laurel Annie, who was teaching school out in California. She married an older Jewish guy, and they seemed happy. I think she lost her job over that shit a few years ago, which I think is fucking nonsense. I swear to God, I don't have. You may not like porn, but it's no excuse to get fired as a school teacher. And she got into classical music later and blah blah blah. Heidi Fleiss. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Heidi Fleiss. Those are the kinds of things. But here's another thing too. We're talking about people that we know have arguably, I mean, this is the way I see it, turned into having miserable lives. But I'll bet you money, we don't know about the people that made a fucking killing, did it for the money only, and are having good lives, and we just don't know who they are. I mean, it's not a complete study. You see what I'm saying? I just don't know of any examples. There was a girl, a track star from the University of Wisconsin about 10 years ago. She got busted in an escort ring someplace. That fucking University of Wisconsin took away all her awards and shit she got as a track star, which I thought was absolute fucking nonsense. I really did. Yeah. Nah, see, I don't like fucking around with that. That's why I hope, like they're considering medicinal marijuana in Georgia. I mean, this fucking place is like the worst place in the world it could be for a guy like me. You tried to put up a porn rental place here that fucking you'd get some Christian and murder you for Jesus. I mean, they're hell against all that kind of shit here. And I don't really like the commercial. I wish there was like, I don't really like the commercial aspect of uh, whorehouses. I'd rather much have a young, cute girl that can keep a secret that needs a set of tires. Not quite sugar daddy, but an even trade. And like I had argued when I'd have these chats on YouTube and we'd be talking about prostitutes, it's like, get the fuck off your high horse. You've been giving it away your whole goddamn life. You've been blowing guys and fucking them and you haven't got a dime. And you're knocking Becky and everybody else down there for sucking dicks at $10 a pop. First of all, it's none of your business. And secondly, I don't think it changes that much just because you charge for it. I don't. It's fucking bullshit. I would love to, I never like, but a guy like me, like going to like, fucking, Amsterdam or something, walking down those streets where the girls are like in big human-sized aquariums, that wouldn't do a thing for me. Not at all. And I don't really like the idea, like going to these Asian countries where these girls will fuck for $5. You know, they're basically impoverished, broke, living in a fucking mud hut. Nah, I wouldn't do that either. I'd give them $100 and tell them to have a good day and not do anything. You know, I got standards, believe it or not. It doesn't seem like I do, and they are weird, but I have them. I've had in my lifetime, I can tell you 3 times in my lifetime where I had escorts come over. And they were just young, cute girls that were getting into this shit that didn't know what they were doing. And I just couldn't do it. It's like, look, here's your fucking $250. And really take this and just go think about this. If you really do this or not. I don't think you should. And I'm no better from you, I guess. Maybe from doing it either. It takes 2 to tango. But here's your pay. Have a good day. And why don't you go spend it on a psychiatrist? Because I got an idea doing this is going to fuck you up for good. Well, look at geisha girls. 99% of geisha girls, no sex. All they do is run their fingers through his 3 hairs that are still left on his head and tell him he has a big cock and he's witty and he's fun to be around. That's it. That's all. And I had a buddy of mine that married an ex-topless dancer out in Las Vegas. And believe it or not, they would make their most money. I mean, if you can make $25,000 a week with no sex, why in the fuck would you have sex? To take a cut and pay? They were making crazy money, you know, people paying like professional athletes, paying like $5,000 for a fucking bottle of Boone's Farm to just chit chat and fucking tell them they hit home runs farther than anybody else. And, you know, if they weren't doing this, they'd be together. It's fucking crazy. It's true. But don't start thinking crazy, because that's not me at all. I want to know right out of the fucking chute, where's the fucking blowjob, how much it's going to cost, and how long is it going to last. I want to be fucking having you run your finger through my 3 hairs and telling me what a big dick I got. You can skip all that. Let's get to the bottom line. Quit fucking around. Yeah, make it a, yeah, I don't want any fucking pillow talk. Hell no. Yeah. I offer another $100 that they're blowing me by the time I shut the door. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, my enemy. Hell yeah. God. Yeah. So it's all individual. And the real pros, you remember May, that trans fucking, what the fuck was May? Transsexual, not transgender. Yeah, May said that you make more money with the least amount of sex. It's a fucking hustle. And I believe she was probably really good at it. You know, I don't know what happened to May, but that was not her photo that she used as her avatar. But I know what May looks like. She'd sent me pictures, and I'm not bullshitting you on this at all. She was beautiful. And she looked like someone that you would see as a flight attendant, like back in the 60s or 70s, or maybe an anchor. She's better looking than any like anchor on TV now. And she'll tell you she spent it all on plastic surgery, but they did one hell of a job. She was really pretty. She looked like a super feminine, attractive 35-year-old like soccer mom, and had every procedure done. But I'm telling you, you wouldn't. May's voice was a little deep, I thought, but you would not have believed it. You know, I thought the voice was a but looking at her, she was actually super pretty. You know, you'd think you'd hit the home run if you met her in a bar and you were outside until you reached down, and grabbed that 9 inches of cock. Yeah, no thanks. I don't think I'm a better man because I don't like dick. I just don't. I mean, I don't like fucking green beans. You know, it's just a choice. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it is. It wouldn't do anything for me. I ask guys that all the time, though. If you were out drinking, you know, drinking, all bets are off, right? You know, I think you got your fucking beer goggles. If you met me in a bar, there isn't a guy I know that wouldn't let her blow him. No fucking way. It'd be a no-brainer. You wouldn't think in a minute, unless the voice tripped you up a little bit. But if you saw her, you'd be thinking as a guy, yeah, her voice is a little rough, but this is definitely a woman. Yeah, women do that a lot on YouTube and every other fucking thing. They're always using pictures of when they were younger and or of somebody else, which I always thought was a little, I don't want to say odd, but peculiar, I would say. Why would you do that? Yeah, I mean, I know why they do it, but I'm surprised they do it. Yeah, I don't quite understand that. But there's quite a few people that come on these chats that use a much younger picture. I guess it makes sense in a way, you know? Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting though. And you see these fruitcakes that, you know, like, that just overdo it, you know? Oh, that's cool, mother chicken. Yeah, I just don't, because sooner or later, you know, if you're a catfisher, well, everybody knows why you put those kind of pictures. Like that one girl that lives up in the Northwest Territories that fucked over that basketball player, that Chris, whatever his name was. That was fucking weird. I don't think you could catfish me. I don't think you could get me on that. I've been around too long. I don't think it'd be possible. Yeah, I live down in Georgia now. Yep. Uh, the police come in and two girls climbed under the house and got the puppies, and I trapped the mother the next day. I took them out to a place in Aiken, South Carolina. I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, well, I do know what happened to them. They got shipped up to New Jersey, and I know the puppies had parvo. Honestly, when I was talking to them, I gave them money at both places. The lady that lined me up and the place at Aiken, South Carolina. And they're so used. I'm telling you, I was on the Humane Society board. You got to suck up to these fucking people, man. That's a hustle. So you know damn well that your source of income and money is appeasing all these fucking people that don't have the faintest idea what it's like to be in the game for real. So when you get a guy like me that's out there, it's going to save the world, catch a couple dogs, they're used to that kind of person wanting to know where are they going, how are their homes, give us an update. And I told them right out of the fucking chute, I don't, I've been in your role before, and hey, look, here's some money for doing this. Thank you. The girls I gave money to go buy themselves a nice dinner, and the other place I gave money for lining me up with the girls. It's like, I don't want to hear a fucking thing about these dogs. You don't need to text me, email me, nothing. You're free. And they were very appreciative of that because that's how you get more money. You're updating me, hey, Mr. Reed, here is, fucking Fluffy, and look at him chasing a ball, and, Hilton Head, he's free now, he loves his new home. Yeah, you can skip all that shit. It's burdensome, it takes a long time, and I wish the dogs well. They're anywhere is better than where they were at, but you don't need to keep me updated. I'd rather not hear from you. Yeah, get out of here, Sarah, you weirdo. Fucking freak. Get out of here, loser. Yeah, get lost, Sarah. I didn't even see what she said. What a fucking kook. Well, I'm going to go in here and tear up one of these gyros, you guys. I'll be back on in about a half hour. So you party on. Get back to that original thought now. No matter how old you are, what dollar amount would you accept to do a Pornhub video? Don't say there isn't one. You're bullshitting me and yourself. All right, you party on. Thank you. Good job, Hammer Time. Good job, Hammer Time. Thank you, Sue.